wasn't going to happen. One day we were together, and he waited a couple hours in, and he yelled, "You didn't even notice." And I was very confused, but then he kicked his leg up, and he said, "You like my new socks?" I'm pretty sure he never wore long socks again after that day. My dad could sleep anywhere. I'm convinced that one of his favorite spots was on a bale of hay, because at every Longhorn show we went to, he would be asleep on one at some point during the weekend. He was also the scariest person to wake up because he woke up startled or swinging. I remember on Sundays, I would hear his alarm going off for church, but he wouldn't budge. So I would go to his room to try to wake him up. I would be tossing golf clubs out of the garage and poking him from the end of the bed to keep from accidentally getting laid out. My dad was the everywhere man. If you needed him, he was there. From softball or baseball games to choir concerts to state fairs, from California to North Carolina and Louisiana and New Hampshire. He would fly across the country for any family function, and you wouldn't have to ask him twice. My dad didn't have any living brothers, but I somehow wound up with so many uncles. Uncle Paul, Uncle Eric, Uncle Brian, Uncle Jake, and that's only to name a few. He loved his friends, and he loved them hard. I have heard so many people over these last few days tell me that he came to all my kids' games, or he was there when my child was born. He was everywhere, and he wouldn't have had it any other way. I can't tell you how many times he drove to Smithville just to spend a few hours with me and Lainey. He would spend more time driving than visiting, but he didn't care. As long as he got to spend time with his grandbaby, that was all that mattered. I promise with every ounce of my being that my daughter will remember GB, and she will always know how much he adored her. He would have moved mountains for us. On one of our trips to California when I was about 19 or 20, my cousin Amy and I decided that it would be a good idea to shotgun a beer. And anyone that knows my father knows that he was not a drinker. So seeing his niece and his underage daughter chugging a beer was borderline barbaric. Amy looked at me and said, "Oh no, your dad's giving me the cop eyes." And I looked over across the room, and sure enough, he was giving me that look. And if you know my dad, you know that look. It was the... He was more of a do as I say and not as I do kind of guy. I had to write an opinion essay on gun control my freshman year of college, and my dad was so excited because this was right up his alley. He drove up to College Station just for the day to help me write it. One of the main points that he helped me make is that gun control and gun laws do not keep guns out of the hands of criminals. He has always said guns don't kill people, people kill people. And today is proof of that. This could have easily been avoided. And I really hope that this is the wake-up call that the leaders of this city need to start doing things the right way. He loved his job, and he loved his team. He loved each and every one of his guys like a brother. He is their hero, and he is my hero. And I am so proud of him. I will miss him every single day for the rest of my life, and I will do everything in my power to keep his memory alive until the day that I meet him in heaven's gates. There are not enough words to express how grateful I am to each and every one of you that are here today. Thank you just does not seem like enough.